Hello and welcome to my 3D printed gimbal project. Before I get into what the parts actually look like, I wanted to give some background of what I was inspired from for this project's creation. About a year and a half ago, I was on a project team that was creating a wave converting energy device, and for testing for the physical components, we actually put fiducial markers on the wave energy converter and then used cameras to track the movements of the wave energy converter. So because of this, the cameras were in such a hard to reach location, and it was very hard to calibrate the cameras. And then again, during my internship this summer, I've been working on a camera system, and we had to calibrate the cameras sometimes. And I saw the same issue with auto calibrating and being able to test the field of view for actual cameras. So that was just some background to the project. So the original design idea kind of looked like this, having some servo motors. I ended up deciding to nix the servo motor idea and go with stepper motors instead, and that's what I based my print off of. But this was just my original idea of like, okay, this is kind of how I want it to look like. So then getting into what the print actually looks like, I want to give a little disclaimer that my printer had quite a few issues this last week with this little guy right here. I would put the G code in and it would seem to be running fine, and it would home itself and do its bed leveling calibration. And then this guy would start blinking red and it would reset itself and the print would cancel. So after a few hours of struggling with that, I finally looked up some different forums and ended up having to pry the little pointer guy out that actually touches the base, and that seemed to work for a little bit. But yeah, I still kept running into that issue. And then the other issue I was running into is my spool kept getting caught on various, it was either objects or there was a knot in the spool, or my PLA would actually kink up. But again, just some disclaimers before I get into what my print work actually looks like. So these are some of the parts. So right here is the actual base. The hardware for the stepper motor would go in here and be mounted over there. And I was hoping to get a gear printed that would actually rotate it like this, but that did not end up, I ran out of time essentially to get that printed. But I was able to get the pan, and then this gear right here actually goes in here, and the other stepper motor would be mounted here with this gear kind of coming, oops, it's hard to film, coming out like this, and being able to move that gear to actually pitch this pan mount. So I actually had to turn in all of the hardware, so I can't actually show it, all of the hardware, to the company I was working with. But this is essentially what the result of the print looks like. And then just so that you can see that the gears actually fit in, try and get a close up here. All right, and then just for my last slide, again, the PLA would stop 3 hours in. This is what one of the bases looked like that didn't end up getting finished. Again, the spool kept getting caught, and then the light on the side of the x-axis carriage would start blinking red. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys learned something or got some inspiration.